Amazon-backed Claude is a serious threat to ChatGPT and Bard. AWS has more than 30% market share in the cloud market. Add AI to the mix, and what do you get? Here's a fun scenario. You're sitting in your Airbnb in Spain and you're feeling hungry. You head to the nearest McDonald's and get something to eat. They ask you to pay with a card. You use Google Pay via your Samsung mobile. Then you wait for your order and decide to surf through Facebook. After 5 minutes, you go back to your Airbnb and decide to watch something on Netflix. But then you remember that you need to order a beach volleyball from Amazon to play later on the same day. So you do so. In the above scenario, how much was Amazon involved in your life? You'll probably say, I used it when I needed it to buy a beach volleyball and that's it. The truth is there's something behind the scenes. You're staying in an Airbnb. You ordered from McDonald's. You paid with your Samsung phone. You watched Netflix. You surfed Facebook. All these companies are using or used at a certain stage Amazon's cloud service AWS. So they didn't only get you a volleyball, they also participated in each and every action you did above. Think of them as the infrastructure you don't see. Now they've been investing in an AI chatbot called Claude to compete with ChatGPT in the area of generative AI. Microsoft invested $10 billion in ChatGPT. Amazon is investing $4 billion in Claude. But it's a game that hasn't even started yet. There's a reason why everyone's investing in AI. In the business world, the moment you flinch, you become a Nokia. Google knows this, so they issued a code red when ChatGPT trended. Microsoft knows this, so they invested over $10 billion in OpenAI. Amazon knows this, so they're heavily investing in Claude, a ChatGPT alternative. Now, each of the above companies is a participant in the big game, but they're playing it differently. You see, in a football game, for example, some teams have the best goalkeeper, others have the best attackers, and so on. Google has an edge, which I've talked about before. They have a search engine monopoly that puts them ahead in the race. Users need them, and they visit them frequently on a daily basis. Microsoft, on the other hand, has over 250 million users. They also have a cloud service, Azure, that is being used by Coca-Cola, Delta, Bosch, and other big names. So they're also planning routes as infrastructure in the tech world. Then there's Amazon. They have Amazon Web Services, AWS, which is the most used cloud provider at the moment. Azure is close, but it's still a distance. Google is also exerting a ton of effort in that area. ChatGPT is a wonderful tool, but the real impact comes from putting it in the right place. For instance, chatbots have always existed, but when customer service decided to use it on websites, their usage increased. Where are you going to place the product? How will the users use it? The answer to such a question is what takes a company from, cool product, to, of course I'll use it, it's the only and best option. Transforming a technology from a want to a need is what these companies are trying to figure out. Google has an edge because of its search engine. Amazon has a different edge that could potentially boost Claude. Their roots are so deep. At the moment, neither Bard nor Claude truly competes with ChatGPT. Claude does have some small features like larger text processing, which is a bit of a differentiating factor, but nothing that's evolutionary. Yet, it's never a short-term gain. Being the dominant cloud solution that companies rely on is similar to owning company offices. People will rent from you. What if you're offering good coffee? Will they go to Starbucks or just drink your good coffee? It's a bit of a generic example, but the fact that AWS is being used this much puts Amazon in a good strategic position. What's left is that they'd put Claude in the right place. After all, ChatGPT, Claude, Bard, whatever chatbot won't win for life. Again, think of them as football players. At the moment, they are up-and-coming players. There's no Messi or Ronaldo. One of those will eventually become the Messi of the chatbot world, though. But in a couple of years, this will change. A new player will emerge as the new Messi. Why? Because the new player trained differently. Chatbots use data to learn and train. There must always be a flow of data in active learning. You're in a classroom, and the teacher puts an image on the board. You'll understand it in one way, your friend in another, and the class nerd in a totally different way. What really counts is how people react to your explanation. Those companies are building characters. They'll start growing and becoming who they're meant to be. So let's watch those babies grow. Hopefully, none of them decides to destroy humanity. I actually meant the companies, not the bots. That's my take on Claude and Amazon's recent investment in Anthropic, the company behind Claude. What do you think of Amazon and the AI race? Could they actually grow in time the same way they grew AWS? Amazon was not a software provider and was merely a big e-commerce website. Yet, Jeff Bezos conquered the cloud computing industry. Let me know what you think by writing a comment, and I'll start a discussion with you.